Good morning students. In the previous video we have learned different characteristic features of herbs, shrubs, trees, then creepers and climbers. Now in this video we are going to study about parts of a plant. As you know that the different parts of a plant like stem, root, fruit, leaf, flower, branches, bud, etc. So the plant having two main parts. First one is the root system and second one is the shoot system. Now what is root system? The part of the plant which is present under the soil is called the root system of the plant, and it consists of main root and many lateral roots. Now lateral roots, that means the main root having the small hair like structure called the side roots. Okay, then shoot system in the part of the plant that above the soil is called shoot system. Okay, and it consists of stem, branches, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. So very simple concept. The root system which is present under the ground and the shoot system which is present above the soil. Okay, so all parts are very essential for the plant. Why? Because it keeps the plant alive. Okay, now we will first study about root system of plant. There are two types of root, taproot and the fibrous root. So first we will discuss about taproot system or the taproot. In taproot system, there is one prominent and long main root and a bunch of smaller lateral or side roots that grow from this main root. Okay, for this you can refer the figure so that you can understand. So this is the uh, type of taproot. Here also taproot. So in this figure or in this picture you can see the main root, main prominent long root, and there is a presence of hair like structure or the small roots or side roots called lateral roots. Okay, so this is the lateral roots, small roots, they are lateral roots. Here also main prominent long root having the small lateral roots, okay, which is grow from this main root. Okay, so this type of root system is called the tap root system. Okay, now next one is the fibrous root. So in this type of root system, all the roots emerge directly from the base of the plant. They do not have a main root like taproot. Taproot having the main root, but in fibrous root there is a no main root. They all are emerge from the base of the plant. Now again you can see the picture. So this is the fibrous root. Okay, now in fibrous root all the roots are emerging from the base of the plant. Okay, so this is the base, and from this base there is a emerging of roots. Okay, so this type of root system is called the fibrous root system. Okay, now you can see the next slide. Just by looking at the leaves of the plant, you can tell about the kind of root system it has. Yes, we can just see the leaf and we can interpret the which kind of root system the plant has. Okay, if the root have reticulate venation, this is the leaf. Okay, and this is the leaf having the or the leaf showing the reticulate type of venation. If the leaf showing this type of venation, reticulate type of venation, then the plant having the tap root system. Okay, and if the leaf showing the parallel venation, okay, this is the parallel venation, then the plant having the fibrous root system. Okay, very simple. If the leaf having the reticulate type of venation, then the plant consists of taproot system, and if the leaf showing the parallel venation, then plant will have fibrous root system. Okay, so there is no need to dig the soil and remove the plant and then look at the roots, that what kind of root system it has. Okay, so by just simple you can just look at the leaf and see the type of venation and interpret the which kind of root system it has. Okay, now to understand the function of roots, you can perform a simple activity. What will have to do it? You have to take two potted plant and you have to remove roots from one of the plant. So you can see here, this is the two potted plant, pot A and plant in pot A and plant in pot B. So in pot A there is a presence of root and in the pot B there is a no root. So you have to take two potted plant and you have to remove root from one of the plants. So in pot B there is a no root. After that, you have water the plant regularly for 7 days. And after 7 days, you observe the plant. You will find that the plant in the pot A with roots intake, it will stand erect. Erect, that means stand straight. And it will be difficult to pull it out. Okay, as the roots provide support to the plant and plant will show normal growth and development. Why? Because the roots help in absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Okay, roots, they having the function to absorb the water and minerals from the soil. Okay, so it is help in absorption of water and mineral from the soil and plant can grow normally. Okay, but the plant in pot B with no roots, it will not stand erect, it will fall and it will easier to pull it out. Okay, because they are not firmly attached to the soil, and in pot A the roots are fixed into the soil, they firmly attached to the soil. Okay, and in pot B there is no roots, so they are not firmly attached with the soil and they will easier to pull it out. Okay, and the plant will eventually die because there are no roots. Okay, so by this activity we prove the function of roots. First, the roots help in holding the plant firmly in the soil. Okay, it hold the plant firmly in the soil. And second, roots absorb water and minerals from the soil and the stem transport these water and minerals to other parts of plant. Okay, so this is the function of roots. Next is the modification of roots. Sometimes roots perform some special functions depending on the requirement of the plant, and for that the structure of roots changes slightly. Such changes are known as modifications. Okay, so roots perform the following modification. First one is the food storage. Sometimes plants store food for non-favorable condition so that the plant can use this food whenever they require. Okay, so these roots can be eaten and are called edible root. Okay, The tap roots generally modified into such storage roots. And examples are carrot, beetroot, radish, turnip and sweet potato. Okay, so this first modification of the root is the food storage, where the food can be stored. Okay, and they are also called they can be eaten, so they are also called as a edible food. And examples are carrot, beetroot, radish, turnip and the sweet potato. Okay, second modification is extra support. The roots give the extra support. To support a weak stem or heavy branches, for example banyan tree, they having a very heavy branches. They look like a pillar and grow from the stem and branches to provide support. Okay, so this pillar, they look like a pillar and they give the support to the weak stem or the branches. Such roots are called prop root. For example, in a banyan tree, roots, they are arise from the heavy branches and reach the ground. On reaching the ground, they become fixed into the soil. Okay, second example is the maize plant. Maize plant, they having a thin stem and which gets supports from the roots that arise from the stem. These are called stilt roots. Okay, so in banyan tree the root is called the prop root, and in maize tree the root is called a modification of the root called the stilt root. In plants such as black pepper and money plant, the roots help the weak stem to climb on a support. So these roots are known as a climbing roots. Okay, so in root modification there are two types of modification: food storage, and they are also called edible root. And second one is the extra support, in that prop root system, stilt root and the climbing root. Okay, now see the next slide. Now we will study about the shoot system of a plant. Okay, as you know that the shoot system consists of stem, leaves, flowers, okay, which is grow above the soil. Okay, and here in this chapter we will first study about the stem, then we will study about the leaves, and then we will study about the flowers. Now first we will study about the stem of the plant. Okay, so stem is the main part of the shoot system. It is located above the ground and bears the branches, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. So it forms the backbone of the shoot system. Okay, so stem is the backbone of shoot system because it consists of, or it bears the branches, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. The stem is normally divided into two parts: nodes and internodes. Now first is, what do you mean by node? A point on the stem where a leaf, a branch or a bud arises is called a node. Okay, so the point where the leaf or the node or the branches will arises, that point is called the node. Okay, so there are several nodes present on the stem. Second part is the internode. Okay, now the portion of stem between the two nodes is called an internode. Now see, so this is the node, so portion between the two nodes is called the internode. Okay, now next one is the functions of stem. So what are the functions of the stem? Stem hold the plant erect or upright, straight. Okay, stem bears leaves leaves, flowers and fruits. Okay, and very important function of stems are stem carries water and minerals from soil to different parts of plant through special tubes called as xylem. See the next slide. Here one picture is given, you can observe the picture. So the stem carries water, minerals from the soil and transport to the different parts of the plant through the special tube called xylem. So in blue color, here it is shown in a blue color, the xylem, the tube which is present in the stem called xylem. So here we can shown by the blue color. Okay, then stem also carries food which is prepared in leaves by the process of photosynthesis to different parts of plant through special tube called phloem. It is shown by the pink color. So whatever the food prepared by the leaf, they are again transport to the different parts of the plant. Okay, with the help of again the tube which is present in the stem called phloem. Okay, which is pink in color. Xylem and the phloem. Okay, let's understand this. All of us know that roots absorb Okay, all of us know that roots absorb water and minerals from soil. Okay, then this water and minerals are transported to the different part of the plant through the stem. How? With the help of special tube which are present in the stem, and this tube are called xylem. Okay, and we also know that food is prepared by the leaf by the process of photosynthesis. Now this food is again transported to the other parts of the plant with the help of special tube called phloem. So what will studied is water and minerals are transported by xylem and food is transported by phloem. Okay, so please remember this. Water and minerals which is absorbed from the soil, okay, it is transported by the xylem, and food which is prepared by the leaf by the process of photosynthesis, it is transported again to the other parts of the plant by phloem. Okay, here we have an experiment to prove that stem conducts water. That means stem transport water and minerals to different parts of a plant. Let's look at the experiment. You have to take a glass and fill it with 1/3 of water. Then you have to add few drops of ink to the water. Here we have take red and green color ink. Then now take a herb and cut the base of the stem of the herb and put it in the glass. Then observe the plant next day. What will happen? You will observe that the color of the flower has changed to red and green. Okay, how? Because this stem has transported this colored water to different parts including flower, and that's how this flower got red and green color. So this proves stem transport and conducts the water. Okay, so by this experiment we prove that stem absorb the water and minerals from the soil, or it conduct the water. Okay, now see the next slide. Next one is the modification of stems. In some plants, stems are modified to perform other function. First one is the support. For example, grapevine. So Stems in grapevine, stems have a slender coiled structure present on them called the stem tendrils. These tendrils coil around any rough surface they come in contact with and thus provide support to the weak stems of these plants. So these tendrils are a modification in the structure of stem. These are also called climbers or tweeners. Okay. Now see the next. Second one is the storage. We know that roots are modified to store food. Similarly, in certain plants, stems are modified to store food. Such stems grow underground and serve as a source of food for the plant in again unfavorable condition. Uh, so examples of such stems are ginger, potato and onion. Third type is the making food. Here the stem is modified to take over the function of making food. They make the food. The stems in such plants are green and fleshy. They store water in the stem. For example, cactus and the other desert plant. Okay. So cactus is a desert plant. There is a no water. So they can store the water. Okay, into the stem, and whenever they require the water, they use that water. Okay, so these are the modification of stem. So in this video we will learn the parts of a plant, in that root system, taproot system and the fibrous root system. Then in the roots in the shoot system, there is we studied the stem. Okay, and in the next video we will learn the leaf and the flower of the shoot system. Okay, thank you.